Here are the test scores for the guy you filled out the form for. He scored a B minus. This guy is a risky bet. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's not the type to talk big, nor is he likely to go very far in his career. He does his job quietly, sticks to routines, and avoids taking risks or stepping outside his comfort zone. If you want someone who will climb high and open new doors in life, he may not be the one.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he doesn't easily lose his temper or break down, but he also doesn't bounce back quickly with new ideas or energy. He tends to withdraw and keeps his feelings to himself, quietly dealing with the problem instead of asking for help or sharing what's wrong. He's steady and collected, but not very quick to adjust or find creative solutions.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work might see him as quiet and dependable, but not the most friendly or warm. He doesn't start fights, but he doesn't go out of his way to please others or make friends either. Most respect his discipline and steady work, even if they don't feel close to him.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do well in your career, he's more likely to quietly feel proud of you than to feel jealous or insecure. He's not chasing big dreams himself, so your success doesn't make him feel threatened or compare himself to you. He'll quietly support you, letting you do your thing, and won't make it about his own ego.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he's unlikely to resent you or feel insecure deep down. He doesn't tie his self worth to money or being on top, so your bigger paycheck won't bruise his ego. He's not the type to compare or compete, so there won't be hidden anger or sulking.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He handles money carefully and prefers to stick to routines when it comes to spending. He's not someone who splurges or buys things without thinking it through first. He may be a bit strict about budgets and practical about what's truly needed versus what's just a want.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives a life he can afford and doesn't put on a show about having more than he does. He likes to keep things simple and within his means, always making sure not to stretch beyond what he can handle. He feels more comfortable being honest and practical about his financial situation.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is kind at heart and cares about people, but he tends to be careful and a bit strict with money. If someone truly needs help, he will find a way to support them, though it may not always be in grand or flashy ways. You might feel his caring through small, thoughtful actions rather than expensive gestures.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is generally honest about money, but not always very talkative or open with details unless asked. He likes to keep things straightforward and simple and doesn't play games or hide things on purpose. You won't find him making secret purchases or lying about expenses, just keeping things practical and safe.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He believes in clear routines and wants the home to run well, but might see housework as your main responsibility, especially if that's what he's used to. He won't argue or make a scene, but he's not likely to jump in and help with chores on his own. He likes life to be orderly, but changing old habits doesn't come easy for him.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's more likely to help by supervising or giving advice rather than rolling up his sleeves and doing chores or diapers himself. He feels comfortable sticking to familiar roles and routines, so if he grew up seeing women handle these tasks, he might naturally expect the same. He will listen and try if asked, but it's not his habit to take charge on his own.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He is not someone who argues just to prove he's right, and he doesn't enjoy confrontation. Instead of fighting or raising his voice, he usually keeps quiet and listens, even if he doesn't say much in return. He's more interested in keeping peace than in proving his own point.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he usually stays respectful and doesn't say hurtful things or become aggressive. He doesn't have a hot temper and prefers to keep his feelings to himself, so you're unlikely to see shouting or harsh words. He believes in handling conflict by stepping back, not by attacking or blaming.
Does he have a bad temper?
No, he is not the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. His nature is calm and he tends to hold his feelings inside instead of letting them explode. You might sometimes find his quietness confusing, but it's not a danger to you or a red flag.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He is more likely to quietly accept when he's wrong rather than blaming you. But apologizing openly may not come easily to him. If he makes a mistake, he doesn't look for excuses or point fingers at you. He's not the type to shift blame. His way of taking responsibility is shown through actions, not always through words.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
Yes, he is likely to respect your boundaries and understands that no means no. He isn't pushy or forceful and he doesn't like making anyone uncomfortable, especially someone he cares about. He values peace and feeling safe, so he'll make sure to give you the space you ask for.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
No, he's not the kind of man who takes it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He won't get upset or throw hurtful words if you say no. Instead, he'll quietly accept your feelings and give you space. His first instinct is to respect your wishes, not to push or blame.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care and not use them to hurt or embarrass you later. He's not the type to gossip, make fun of you, or bring up personal details to win an argument or shame you. He values respect and calm and keeps sensitive things private instead of using them as weapons.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is faithful by nature and not easily distracted by other women. He values stability and comfort over chasing excitement or looking for attention outside the relationship. You won't find him flirting or keeping secrets. His focus stays on what's familiar and safe.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
No, he is not over possessive or controlling. He doesn't get jealous easily, and he isn't the type to check up on you all the time or question your every move. You'll find that he gives you space and trusts you to live your own life.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, his protective nature isn't a cover for being controlling. He wants you to feel safe and cared for, but he doesn't use that as an excuse to boss you around or limit your freedom. He offers steady support, not strict rules or harsh restrictions.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will see parenting as something important, but he's likely to expect you to do most of the work, especially when it comes to daily child care and household tasks. He follows routines and sticks to roles he's familiar with, so unless you clearly ask for help, he may not step in on his own. He won't resist helping if you ask, but taking initiative isn't his strong suit.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he will usually stay calm rather than lose his temper. He doesn't get angry quickly and doesn't believe in yelling or making a big scene when things go wrong. He keeps his cool and prefers to sort things out with gentle guidance rather than strict punishment.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He will quietly support your role as a mother and he won't try to stop you from being your own person, but he may not actively encourage your personal dreams or independence unless you speak up. He believes in stable routines and teamwork, so he respects what you do at home and for the family. He's steady and dependable, but not overly thoughtful about your personal growth unless you bring it up.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
He is not likely to play such games or suddenly change his mind about your career after you have a child. He isn't controlling or manipulative. What you see is what you get with him. He values stability and prefers things to stay as they are, not switching rules when life changes.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to treat your parents politely and respectfully, but real warmth and open affection may not come naturally to him. He will follow traditions, show good manners, and make sure your parents feel comfortable when they visit. His way of caring shows in steady actions, not in words or big displays of affection. He is the type to quietly adjust to your family's ways rather than expect them to change for him.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will handle it calmly and quietly, not by making things worse. He doesn't like fights or open drama and tends to keep his feelings inside rather than reacting strongly. He may not always stand up and argue your case loudly, but he won't add fuel to the fire.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is likely to be more relaxed and accepting with you in private, but expect you to behave like a traditional, supportive wife when his relatives are around. He values routines and order, so making sure family traditions are followed, like respectful greetings, dress, and manners, matters to him in public spaces. If you feel the pressure or want to bring your own style, talk to him openly. He will listen, even if change is slow.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will usually try to stay out of it rather than openly take sides, whether with you or his family. He doesn't like conflict and prefers to keep the peace, even if that means being quiet or stepping away from the argument. He's more likely to hope things settle on their own than to speak up and risk upsetting anyone.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He is not really a mummy's boy, but he does care a lot about keeping peace in the family and respecting routines. When there's a conflict with his mother, he's unlikely to openly take your side or argue with her. He prefers to avoid direct confrontation. Instead of fighting, he may become quiet, try to smooth things over, or step back until the tension passes.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
No, he is not the type to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He prefers to keep personal matters within the relationship and doesn't like involving others in your private issues. This comes from his wish for peace and privacy, not secrecy. For him, home matters are best settled at home.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all we know about him, this guy is a B minus. This guy is a risky bet from a relationship perspective. Being in a relationship with this man feels steady, calm, and predictable, like living with a gentle rain that waters life but doesn't cause storms. You'll rarely face drama or fights. Instead, he brings quiet support and dependable routines to your days.